So I just wanted this to be a very straightforward tutorial for all of you out there that have a 1994 Dodge Ram 2500 or 3500 or something within those years that still has the drum brakes, or in general if you do have drum brakes, because from my research, tutorials I found online weren't that great, and I wanted to make it easy and share my experience of doing drum brakes. So this is a snippet of me fixing everything that's wrong with my 12 valve Cummins. If you guys want to see other videos on that, I'll link it in the right hand corner of the screen. Without further ado, this is how to do drum brakes. Very simple, straightforward, and easy. This is doing drum brakes made easy. I'm gonna make sure that you guys never worry about drum brakes again. It can be very intimidating at first, but it's actually very simple. So the first thing you want to do is take a 4-pound sledge and you're going to give it taps all around the entire drum. In my case, that freed up that side very easily, but on the other side I struggled because the slack adjuster was seized. The actual brake shoe was misaligned on the drum, so it made it very difficult to take this drum off because there was pressure being put on the drum by the shoes, but we don't have that problem on this side, so it just came off. Slack adjuster on this side is actually frozen too, or seized, so I'm going to show you all how I'm going to take care of that. Anyways, you're going to want to pick up this tool. It makes it very easy to remove the springs, and what you want to do is put it on the middle. Then for each of the springs, you twist the opposite direction. So for this one, I twist it counterclockwise. This one, I'm not going to remove right now, actually. Or I could. As you all can tell, the springs are out, so the shoes are pretty much separating. You could take this guy out now, which goes in the middle. This is actually for the parking brake. Now we'll take out these two spring retainers. A lot of people use pliers for this. I picked up this tool. It makes it really easy. Push down and rotate counterclockwise, and it'll actually pop this out. Both of those springs on each side are out, so there's nothing holding this on anymore. I actually just did a new wheel cylinder too. For some reason, that reminds me of Shrek. Let's take care of this guy. So I took a pair of channel locks, and now it's moving like it should be. It wasn't before. So why did this get stuck on my truck? Well, the last person that worked on this didn't put any anti-seize on the threads. Definitely do take pictures so you remember where all your springs go, but now this is what I have. So the slack adjuster on the bottom, this, and the brand new shoes. Parking brake, which is this, needs to go on this hole right here. It goes behind the shoe. I like to prop it up like this, just to get everything set up in the rough area, and then put the two springs in on the side. So just like you took it apart, you're gonna push in. This is my least favorite part. Twist it so that that notch is actually locking in the pin, and you're good on both sides. And you're gonna have to kind of move it around until it lines up perfectly. At this point, you can stick your parking brake guy back in. This is going to be quite annoying. I think this is the shoe guide, and I think I'm almost done. For the wheel cylinder, the Shrek ears need to be going into the slots, by the way. So to get this guy back on, which isn't a spring, it's just a metal stick, you should be able to just push down on this gold plate, which is your slack adjuster, and that should push this forward. So once you get that movement, you'll get more slack and you can slide it over. We're going to do this spring. Now for that spring, a lot of people use pliers. I never had any luck doing that. The best way I could get leverage is using this pry bar like this, getting it over, getting the spring like right here, and then tipping it forward and sliding the spring down. That's how I expanded the spring. And for this smaller blue one, I did the same exact technique. Now there is something that I want to go ahead and distinguish. There is two different brake shoes, although they may look the same. One will have more thickness or a thicker lining, so there will be more material on the actual pad portion of the shoe. You want this to go in the back. I made the mistake of putting it in the front. I realized, so I had to flip it to the back, and then the one with the thinner lining goes in the front. So make sure you do that. Where I use the smaller pry, put it right here, stretch forward, and got it over. This is all done. I hope I made that easy. All you have to do is slide the drum back on, and we'll do the adjustment and get all of the air out of the brake lines in a separate video. So if you all enjoyed this tutorial, I hope it was super easy. I tried to lay it out and make it as easy as possible so you can follow along and get all the information you need to know within 3 minutes, and not watch a 20-minute long uncut tutorial that is not distinct and is not to the point. So if you all enjoyed it, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.